There we go. Okay, there we go. So again, my name is Andrea Hansen. I'm an assistant director at the Internship and Career Center, and we're excited to talk to you about a new part of Aggie Job Link. How many of you have worked with students who've talked about Aggie Job Link? Probably most of you. Yep. Last year we went through a pretty big transition in that all students have an Aggie Job Link account, which is fantastic so that they can look for student jobs, they can look for career opportunities after they graduate. And now the next step this summer is that we have accounts for staff to be able to log into the system and work with students. So that's what we're going to talk about today. I'll introduce some of the benefits, but before I do, I'm going to let Quan introduce himself.
Hello. So my name is Kwan. I am the programmer for the Internship and Career Center, and I also work on the Aggie Job Link system as a back-end administrator. So a lot of the questions technically related to Aggie Job Link will go to me. So if you're emailed Aggie Job Link help or called in, you'll probably saw my response.
So the good news is, when you leave here today, you all actually will have an Aggie Job Link account. It's actually created, so you'll be able to log in and see what students see when they log into the system. So we're going to talk about some of the benefits. So you will be able to, in the staff module now, you will be able to log into the system, and you can see what students see when they're looking at Aggie Job Link. So you can see what internship opportunities are in there. You can see on-campus positions. So you will see exactly what a student sees. The one thing to note is if you are a department that is hiring students, you still will either go through the shared service center or the employer account to post a position. So this is just to view what other positions are in the system. You can also send positions to students. So if you are working with a specific group of students or a specific major, you can send recommended positions to them that you think that they may be interested in, which is really exciting. We do that as well within the Internship and Career Center, but it is a campus-wide effort to help students find internships and jobs. So we're excited that you have that opportunity as well. You can also look at what employers are in our system, so you can see who's using the system. Employers populate this information, so it's not data that we put in the system. So if an employer profile looks limited, it's because that's the amount of information that they've put into the system. But you'll be able to see that as well. And then you can also see who is coming to career fairs. So if career fairs seem like this, who's coming? You can see exactly live time who is attending the fair. So we have our first fair on October 15th. We already have over 100 employers who have registered for that fair. So we'll max out at about 165. So you can see that real time as employers register. And then we also have many companies who will host information sessions, and those are also posted in Aggie Job Link. So if you're wondering what companies are coming on campus to meet our students, you can see that and what time they are, where they're at, all of those things. So we're so excited that we have this new module for staff to be able to use. And Kwan is going to go into the specific details of how you do specific things in the system. And then we'll allow plenty of time at the end for questions, because I know there'll be questions about how you do different things.
Okay, so first thing is, how do I get access to the system? So you would go to our website, which is icc.ucdavis.edu, and you would want to click on faculty staff up at the top menu bar on our webpage. This will take you to the faculty staff section of our website, and right in the middle of that home page right there are instructions about getting into the system. So we have pre-populated the system at the moment with accounts for most people in the advising role. Correct. So so you can give the login a try, and if for whatever reason we don't have your account in there, you can always try and register a new account, and then we'll see to approving them. And there's two ways of logging in. You can use your Kerbosis login. So it's whatever you would use to get into like your timesheet and whatnot. You can use that, or you can use a separate username, password, login, which is your email address would be your username, and then a self-assigned password that would go along with that. At the moment, the Kerberos login isn't functioning properly. We're still getting that completely implemented. So we suggest that you use the username password method of getting into the system. Once you log in, this will be your home page. Up at the top, you'll have the system's main menu bar. This is how you'll get to the different parts of the system. There's the news feed section, which will have messages from the administrators. And then there's the feedback links. So if you have questions, comments, anything you want us to know about, use the feedback link. It'll send us an email and we'll reply back to you. The first thing you probably want to do once you log in is to go to My Accounts. This is where you would update your profile information, such as your name, your email address, your phone number, and so forth. And then also here is where you would change your password if you needed to. This is for the other option of logging in. So this is not the CAS login username password. This is the just email as your username and then some random or some self-assigned password. So you would enter your current password as your old password, your new password as the password, and then you'll verify it one more time. The next section we'll go into is events. So this is where you would go to see the current upcoming career fairs, info sessions, and workshops that are going through the Internship and Career Center. Under career fairs, if you click on the fair's name, you'll get all the information about who's coming, what day, what time that it's happening. And then under info sessions, you can use the search filters there to narrow down your list of what informations we have going on throughout the year. And you want to click on the link for the info session to get all the details for that. So like what the company is, where they will be presenting, what day they'll be coming, what time, and so on. Under employers, you can view the company's profile information that are in our system. You'll be able to see, like, for example, their key statistics, their company culture, what kind of positions they have open at the moment. And then there is a way of marking them as your favorites, kind of like bookmarking them so you don't have to keep going back to the list and looking them up. So there's a little star icon. I don't know if you can see it. There's a little star icon next to here. You just click on that and it'll put it into your bookmarks list or your favorites list. And then once you click on the name of the company, so right there, it'll take you to their full profile information so you can look up more details about that company. And then the main section you probably spend a lot of time in is the job posting section. So we want to click on job posting from the top menu. And there are quick search filters right on the page here. This will help you narrow down the list of the postings that we have in our system. Right now, as you see, there's like 2,400 postings right now available to students. Looking on the list of posting, you can also favorite a posting, just like how you favorite an employer. This will put it into a separate section, so you can come back to it later on. You just click on the little star next to their job title. Hovering over the little binoculars will give you a quick view of that posting. So it'll look like that, and you'll see the job details of that posting. A quick view of it for quick reference. And then to see the full details of that job posting, you want to click on the job title or this link here. It says View Complete Job Details. Yeah. This is what the full job posting would look like. It has its descriptions, the qualifications, how students might qualify for this job posting, the criteria for them, when the last day to submit an application is, what information the students need to submit for the application, and all that information is right there on the left-hand side under that box. It'll tell you how students should be able to apply for this job posting. And then if you scroll down, you'll get the back button. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with how the system works in terms of navigating between pages, but the back button on your browser doesn't necessarily work as well to get you in between pages. So you want to look for the back button within the page. So like, for example, in this one, the back button is on the bottom of the page. And then clicking that will get you back onto the main list of job listings. So looking at the favorite section, so in this example, I have 2 job posting marked as my favorites. And you'll find that under job postings and then the sub-tab favorites. You can unfavorite something by removing the little star next to the job posting. And then you can also rank them based on a 5-star scale if you would like. To do a more detailed search of job posting, you can go under the advanced search section. Here you can look for posting based on more criteria such as majors, industry type, locations. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Is there a way to only bring up jobs that are paid by UCAS?
So like on-campus jobs, is that what you mean?
Yeah, this is the same, I mean, you're going to the same portal, right? And the on-campus jobs are posted.
Yes.
Yes. So this is like a different side of it. So when you're posting a job, you're on the employer side, essentially, and this is a side where you can view it to see what positions it is. So you can use some of the drop downs to help narrow that down. So you can like work study as an option to say if that's something that a person who's posting this position has selected. So that's what it's dependent on, is what people select.
So I would be interested in positions paid by UC Davis that are not work study.
Yep. So you can narrow down your search criteria based on that.
Yeah. So.
On-campus, non-work study, the way it used to be, kind of like that's the way, is that still the way you find those?
Yeah. So there is a position type marked as.
And students need to, it's kind of hard to find it on the list, because it's about the 8 out of 10 or 12. And if like international students cannot work off campus, and so they need to find that particular one. And they can't do work study. So it just says on-campus, non-work study is on-campus.
Just to correct that, that's not true. International students can apply for institutional work study funds. So don't.
Oh, sorry.
The other thing you can encourage them to do is if you know they're interested in like a student assistant type position, to use that job title, and then that will bring that up. Or if they're interested in research, you can do like research assistant and use the position title as a keyword search is another option. So you will get other things that are off campus you have to scroll through, but it would bring up some other options too.
Yeah. So that like in terms of that example, you can use the industry field. Jobs are classified under certain industry based on what the employer selected. So if you want something that's in research, you can look under industry research.
Literature that you had on the bottom, it said something about share with student or.
Right. We will go over that part. Yes. Question in the back?
I just had a question about whether this would include also departmental assistant positions like TAs and TSLs.
Yes, they will be in there. Yes.
Yeah, so it's all levels of student jobs are in the system. And even postdoctoral positions are in here too. Yep, postdoc positions.
So yes, in the advanced search, you'll get a lot more search criteria that you can use to narrow down your list. And then also within the advanced search, you have the option to save your search criteria, so you don't have to keep entering them in each time. So you can save them under a specific name and then come back to them later on and rerun that search to get new results or to just bring up results that you already saw before, which ties in with search agents. And search agent is part of the system where it will automatically run search criteria and send you the results of that search through through email. So for example, if you created a detailed search to find on-campus jobs that are paid, you can save those settings and then enable that setting for it to find them automatically for you and send you the results every week. So the first step is to save your search results as a search agent. And you want to go under search agents to enable the scheduling of it. So you can always go back in here and change your search criteria if you wanted to. And then under the options there on the left, there's a schedule button. You'll click on that, and then you'll get options on how often you want this to run. So you can run it by a day, by months, and you can do it multiple times. You can say once every other month, once every other day, and so on. So the results will get sent to your email. That's in your profile. And then the next part we'll go over is the recommend to students option. So this lets you select jobs from the list and then send it out to the students in an email. The first thing you'll want to do is you want to select the jobs you want to send out, and there's little check marks next to the job title. You'll place a check next to the ones you want to send. Click on the recommend to students button. And then the next step that they'll show you in the wizard that you go through is the positions that you have selected out. So in this example, I selected 2 positions to be sent out. You can, from here, remove them from the list if you wanted to. So if you decide you're looking at the list and you don't want a position, you can click the remove from the list button to remove it. And then once you have your list of posting that you are okay with to send, you want to click continue. The second step is to get the students that you want to send in those listings to. You can search by class level, you can search by their majors, or you can filter specifically by their name or some other information using the add student not on the list button. So it's right there, you can see.
Can I ask another question?
Mm-hmm.
So another option is also if you want to have these emails sent to you with the jobs, you can then copy and paste that into your own listserv. I know many departments already have their own listservs that they use and students subscribe to. So that is another option. And if you include the Aggie job link number, which is the 6-digit number, students then can just search for that number when they log in as another option. Because I think if I were in your shoes, seeing this would be a little bit scary in terms of like, can I
So you'll build your list of students on this step here. And once you have your list of students, you want to click on the Continue button to get to the final step, which is to review the list of postings and the list of students. And if everything's okay, you'll click on the Send Now button, which will then send it out. So the next steps, as mentioned, most, if not all of you, should have an account already. Give it a try, log in, see how it goes. If you don't have an account for some reason, there is the register form, and you'll just fill it out. And it'll ask you basic information like your name, your phone number, what department you're in, that kind of stuff. And once we get the registration, we'll go through and we'll approve it, and you'll get an email saying that you've been approved. Here's your login information. And then once in the future we get the CAS completely implemented, you can log in using your CAS login, so you don't have a separate email and password to remember. And then if you ever need to contact us about technical issues, you can email ajlhelp@ucdavis.edu or call me directly on my phone, office phone. Contact information. Questions?
Oh, I have a couple of just quick follow-ups too. So we are kicking this module off today, so this is truly the first group that's heard about this. So we're excited about it, but we do want your feedback, and we want this to be something that's user-friendly for everybody. So we are anticipating more trainings, so some like training videos and how-tos to be posted on our website, as well as student employment is moving to our office, and we are working on a recruitment for a manager of that center now. So there will be some things we talked about the form that you were asking about, the work study piece, or how you find non-paid positions. They're very well within the next year, so could be some changes that make that more user friendly and easier. So those are some changes that are coming kind of divisionally that will help students, I think, find jobs on campus as well.
Do you anticipate doing workshops on training students how to use the system? Or do you have them in place already?
We do. So we have workshops already. We also have student advisors that can help students walk through it. Katie, raise your hand.
Yeah, so just to clarify, students have been using Aggie Jobs for a long time. The module that's kicking off today
Oh.
is for the staff side, to allow the staff to be able to log in.
Are you still hearing the students are having a hard time?
No,
using-
I'm
okay.
just trying to figure out how to best help international students figure out which jobs, like an F student, that they can just apply for and have. We get a lot of walk-in traffic. I've been offered this job, can I take it?
Yeah.
And, you know what I mean, it would be good if we can help them to learn what certain criteria would bring up the jobs that they're eligible for without getting such an authorization.
Right. And a lot of times that ends up in the job details section where the employer will say, you must be a U.S. citizen or have eligibility to work in the United States. So it can be hard to search specifically by that.
Yeah, but if we
But
could narrow
we
it down a
can,
little bit.
right.
Just to help speak to that point, we found that SIS has been incredibly helpful with answering our students' questions about what sort of jobs they can
Yeah,
take.
we're
They're from us.
Yeah, so your workshops, the CPT and OPT, we're actually referring out for students to those. I think one of them's down there.
Yeah, no, I'm referring to, like, all of the other cases where F students can just get a job on campus and work up to 20 hours.
What's the user check?
Yeah,
Yeah.
without talking to us.
Right. And like I said, so we're looking at some ways to help ease that difficulty. Yeah.
Right at the beginning, you said if our department doesn't share certain percentage, which one? Now, also, you've now got graduate TA positions on IT jobs. One of the issues in our department, FASC, is that there were like 300 undergraduate applicants for a graduate student researcher position. Is there any way to kind of keep, the lid on those people who are just applying for everything? Because you have to open all of them,
also help you if you want in terms of, there are ways to like filter through that list without needing to open each one. So we could also work with you on how to do that as well.
Does Aggie Job Link offer the option to mark a position so that it's not searchable? Because, often we're still going through the process of getting it posted in there, but maybe you have to take in mind, or maybe you have a situation like that, and you weren't searchable, and you just recommend a specific student because of how the process.
Right. So the non-searchable piece, we can like back post it, so it's in the system, and that's what is done if you have a student who is a pre-selected student, that you would put their name in the notes section, and so it's a non-posted position in that way. But if we do that, it doesn't show up at all. So there's not really a way to say, hey, here's the number, go ahead and apply. So we can, if you do have a pre-selected student, we have options. I think there was did you have a question on that? Okay, okay. Any other questions? The system is very robust. There are a lot of jobs in there. And one of the things that I know is difficult is even the way we classify jobs, you're in student assistant 1, 2, 3, which doesn't always make sense to the student, but that's part of in all of our advising where we can help coach them on that and say, okay, you look for this job classification, and then you kind of can search through departments to see what's going to be a good fit based on what you're interested in. And just so everyone knows, there's paid, non-paid internships, on full-time employment, part-time employment, all of those types of jobs are an Aggie job link. So really the intention is for this to be one-stop shopping for students to interact and find opportunities, as well as for employers to engage with UC Davis, and for it to be one-stop shopping in terms of how do we find students that we want to hire. So we could have also substituted, but Aggie Job Link is a system that's used across the country, and so employers are very savvy with it. So from the employer's perspective, they have the option to post a position at UC Davis or 100 schools across the country. And so that's the benefit, another added benefit, is that it's very, very easy for employers to use. And so that's why we support the system so much.
Yes, and that also means we get a lot of postings from companies that don't directly work with us. They post into the system and they say, I want to post into all UCs. And then we get those postings as a result.
Good nationwide collaborations and local UC-wide collaborations. Well, we are here to answer any other questions that people might have after, but we're excited that people can use the system. There's a lot of people have asked us, how do we help students find jobs, and how can we view the system? And it's here.